main ambition for the area would be to get it really cohesive so that it's functioning as one team. It's such a big patch, it can do well no matter what, but it's not about doing well, it's about doing fantastically well. It's about being top of the business, and I don't just mean on SIS, because I think that's achievable for us, but I mean on FAN, I mean in terms of implementing CGE to the highest standards, and taking the business to the next level. It's not just about what our KPIs are now, but it's about them gurus coming through and thinking about what's coming next for the business. So I think for me it's about getting that cohesion, getting everyone pulling together, and that people enjoy it and they feel like they're a part of something. I think he's managing the team, so I imagine that he will come on and have a kick about for a few minutes. Yeah, I don't see why not. Okay, not made that many moves yet. I think there's a lot more to come, and when I do them, we'll be looking at doing flexibility conversations. So we'll be looking to ask you guys where you can work, when you can work, in what stores, what shift patterns. We'll even be asking some of you, if possible, can you reduce your hours to fit in with the needs of the business? In terms of why we made these initial moves, simple as we all got our matrix at the beginning of the quarter, and some of the stores were massively over matrix and some of the stores were massively under. So it was about making sure every store could open and trade and they had enough people in to serve your customers. Now beyond that, every store should have a perfect schedule, which you've all got, but you need to have the right balance of full-time and part-time staff. So if you imagine you've got too many full-timers and you have maybe 4 of you open the store at 9 o'clock in the morning, you don't need those 4 in. You perhaps don't need 4 until 12 o'clock, but at 12 o'clock you could do with 6 in, but you've already wasted them hours. So every store manager has objectives to meet. They have a certain amount of resource, they have a certain amount of hours that they can use on the matrix, and they need to put them in the right place. So this was something that happened last year and the year before, and it will continue to happen. We do need to get people working when we need them to, as well as when it suits them. So it's also about you guys and how much you enjoy your job. We're getting a lot of sickness at the moment, and we're getting a lot of people who are feeling under the pressure, and we're box shifting phones, not perhaps selling the quality that we could be in terms of the attachments and the broadband and the insurance. And to me, that's because you're under the cost, you're firefighting all the time. So it's about making your working environment better. By having people at the right time, it enables you to do that. Okay, FC United would be my second choice team. If I did want to support the second most successful club in Manchester, I guess it'd be City with their 1 trophy. But I'm not really one for changing clubs. I'm not so much of a Sam McCain type character, so I'm United through and through, I think, for now. Okay, the business is quite an interesting point in time. So obviously we've been through this massive restructure just recently, and many people that I'm speaking to externally to this, they think it was some sort of cost-cutting exercise, which it wasn't. So a lot of the stores that we closed the 40 stores, and especially our 2, Altrincham and Salford Quays, they were profitable stores, but it was about investing that money elsewhere, and your opportunity cost, so you're actually making more money by investing it elsewhere, and it's more in keeping with our brand. The brand is a massive thing, so it isn't just about mobile phones anymore, which we know it's about broadband, we know tablets are coming in, but it's not just about voice and text anymore, it's not even about data. So if you look at all the messages that have been coming out over the last 12 months, the O2ville stuff, there's a lot of businesses that we're launching under the O2 brand and under the brand of Telefonica. So you're looking at all these other businesses launching O2 Health, O2 Money, you've got the Priority Moments launching at the end of the month. So it really is about us going in a different direction. So you might see in the trade press, Vodafone's market share increases, the profits increases, and we're not used to that. We're used to beating these companies, but that is part of the plan. And that's part of Roland's plan and Matthew's plan is for us to contract in this area, make the business more profitable, but not necessarily all be about acquisition and getting the highest market share, and then invest in these other markets and make more money in there. So there's a hell of a lot happening out there, and I think we'll come on to more stuff when we do our Q launch at the end of this month around the O2ville message, because it is a really exciting time for the business. Paella. Chicken and mushroom, honestly, chicken and mushroom. Do I? No, it's not done by me. More's a pity. It's not something I can actually control or change. There's quite a lot of science behind it. It's quite a lot goes into that actually. So it'll look over your historic footfall over the last 5 years or so, or even beyond that. It'll also look at maybe like your brand value, so where your store is and how important it is. So similar to the way they categorise the stores, and also the amount of figures that you've produced in there. So it's not just about what you sell; it's about how many repairs you do. And how much of a service point that we need in there. So yeah, there's quite a lot goes into that. The cool wall is something I'm quite passionate about, and it's one of them things you're only going to get out what you put into it. So what it's about, if you look at the divisional strategy that I went through in our quarter launch at the beginning of this quarter, it's about putting yourself in the customer's shoes. So it's about you going out into other retailers and how you feel when you walk in. Do you feel like you're comfortable walking in? Do you want to walk in? Because I know from experience, you walk past certain places and if all the staff are stood around doing nothing, it's intimidating. You feel like you're interrupting their conversation. So we're guilty of that in O2, in Area 19 as well. So it's about us putting ourselves on the other side of that and thinking, right, how can we make it more welcoming? I mean, certainly at times when we're not so busy and we have got a few people doing nothing in the store, it is worth you going around and seeing how poor customer service is out there on the high street. It's not great, and we do a great job compared to some of these companies. And it's about acknowledging that and talking about it, and then you come back to your store, or over the week you manage to say, let's do the cool wall, and you have a discussion, and all of a sudden we're all talking about what great service looks like, what a great welcome looks like, what a great atmosphere looks like, and maybe have a bit of an argument about that even, and that's the kind of conversation that I want to generate through that. It could be a hairdresser, because apparently I've got the car for it, according to you. Not something I've given a lot of thought to. Obviously, I've had to look at it during the restructure. I don't know, with my intelligence, I could be a rocket scientist, something like that. But I guess I've opted to stay here now, so that's where my future's pledged to at the moment. What really motivates me is being, I guess, where the action is. So I like a certain amount of stress. I like to see that things are happening, moving forward. I like to feel a part of something. I like to feel like I'm doing a good job, that I'm helping the people around me as much as I can develop into doing a good job, and I get very proud when I see them doing things and perhaps performing to a level beyond that they thought they could perform. That gives me a great sense of satisfaction. That's it really, being a part of something, feeling that you're adding value. So at times in your career you can think, well, what do I do for a job? Is it worthwhile? It's mobile phones, it's broadband. I mean, as I said earlier, it isn't just that, but it's people, it's developing people, it's bringing them forward, it's helping them with their lives and their families, and you know, you might just help somebody enough that it stays with them. I'm sure we've got all got managers and leaders in the past that we'll remember for those reasons. It's going to sound quite corporate, but getting your foundation right, so putting the customer at the centre of everything that you do. I think when you look at it any other perspective, you're not going to be where you need to be on it. So obviously things like that, working hard, being really flexible, adapting yourself, doing what needs to be done. You know, we're in an industry and we're moving into other industries that are very flexible, and we're changing what we're selling and how we're selling it. But fundamentally, if you're doing the right thing for your customer, and you can stand by that when you're being challenged, and you put the customer first, that'll be the thing. If you have that as a philosophy, that'll hold you in good stead. Lozenge rhymes with orange. The Titans is a name I gave to the area because I think your team name should really say something about the team. Our team has the biggest stores in the company, arguably. It's got 5 Cat 1 stores. It's one of the biggest areas because we've got 13 stores instead of 10 or 11. So we do some of the largest volume in the business. So if we have a bad week or a bad day, it can really mess up the region, it can really mess up the business. So we might not always be top of the CIS. I mean, I expect us to be, and I think that's achievable, and I want us to get there. But what we probably always will do is do this massive volume, and it really makes a difference to the revenue that the business brings in. So that's why we're called the Titans, because we're giants, and it's to reflect that.
I need a dollar, 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 that's what I need. Hey, hey. Well, I need a dollar, 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 that's what I need.
Bullet, Steve McQueen, San Francisco and the Mustang. It's just a really cool film. I know it's an old film, but I like old films. It was great. Robbie in particular, brilliant. I went to the States, I went to California skiing, and I went to Las Vegas for a few days, for about 3 days there. So if you go on my YouTube account, StuDowell19, that's 19, not 18 Ian, the videos are on there if you are interested in having a look, you can do. My short answer to that would be no. For me, I think we've got a lot more potential than what we display at the moment. You could look at it, you could think, yeah, we're doing okay, and you could think that I'm being a little bit negative. I'm not, I just believe we can do a lot better. So you're looking at an area that's over 90% of fan, everybody's over 87%. Outwardly the figures are looking like they're reasonably okay, and we can drive that on for the remaining few weeks and take it even further. But for me, I won't be happy until we're performing to our potential, and the potential for this area is phenomenal. I've seen it in the past, I've been around a long time, around Manchester and around O2, Beta Cellnet, and I've seen the volumes that we're capable of doing, and from some of the managers and the salespeople that we've got, I've seen what you're capable of. So it's doing alright for some people, but we're the Titans, so we can do a lot better.